Mr. Bader. How are you today, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty dang good. What's life like now? Like today? What do you got going on? Are you just training nonstop?
No. This is a week where we really, kind of pull back on the training. So today we're just kind of, we got an open workout. I got a couple interviews, and I'll probably just hit a 45-minute workout, maybe some mitts or something.
Some burgers,
some fine tuning, and keep it going.
Some burgers and onion rings for lunch.
Oh, yeah, Philly cheesesteak, that kind of stuff.
That's got to be nice. I mean, does it scare you when you get a break like this? Like, does it make you worried? Like, what if I'm not, up to shape enough? Or do you kind of like a little break in the training?
Well, every time you kind of do that. You're in phenomenal shape, and you're like, man, I'm in good shape. And then, the week hits or a week and a half out, and you're like, wait, am I in good shape? You kind of question yourself. But I've been through it enough times, and, had a phenomenal camp this time. I know I'm in shape. So knowing that you're doing the right things, and that's great for your mentality to go in there knowing you're in shape and knowing you can go the full time hard. So
very cool.
I feel good.
Right on. Well, this Saturday you're facing Machida. What do you think of him? I mean, you think it's going to be? I know everybody calls the fights. Are you going to say like it's going to be a knockout in the first round, or do you think it's going to be a pretty tough challenge?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for sure. He's a former champion that's defended his belt. He at one time he was considered one of the best guys in the world. And he just fought for the title. So he's definitely tough. He's elusive. He has unorthodox striking. He's good in every aspect of MMA. So
plus he's foreign.
I got a tough fight on my hands, but I got to go out there and I got to beat him, and we put that together in our training camp. So
cool. So you're all set. And I'm sure you obviously heard Dana White saying whoever wins in your fight or the fight between Shogun and Vera, whichever person wins and puts on the best show is going to get a title shot. Does that add like extra oomph to the fight for you, or is it just still a fight like any other for you?
Not really, because this fight is huge for me regardless, and we've trained to go out there and beat him. So that's just icing on the cake. If we go out there and do what we were going to do even before hearing that, then that'd be perfect and get a title shot, and that'd be just another great thing to happen. But I just got to go out there and do what I've been training to do. So that's icing on the cake, and it's just something on top of it.
That's cool. How'd you get into the whole UFC thing? I mean, I'm sure, did you start with just traditional wrestling back in the day?
Yeah, I've wrestled since I was probably 8 years old. As a kid growing up, and year round, and then I got into high school wrestling, and then I got recruited by Arizona State University to come and wrestle in college, and so I competed there. Was a couple-time All-American, 3-time Pac-10 champion, and then had a couple of my training partners are in the UFC now too. We were the same class, same team. CB Dalloway was our 184-pounder. He's in the UFC. I was a 197-pounder. Then former champion, heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez was our heavyweight. Mm-hmm. Then one of our coaches at the time is also in the UFC now. So 4 of the guys from that team are fighting.
Wow. That's crazy. My producer here, McLovin, his friend Alexa here in Billings went to school with you too, but I hope she had a good story about like hooking up with you or something in college, but she said you were just busy wrestling all the time.
Yeah, no good. Yeah, I know she is. And then we had we from October, September, all the way to March. It was no drinking, nothing, just training our butts off. Twice a day, throwing up, run upstairs and all that. People thought we were crazy, but we let loose a little bit afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I look at some of my friends that went through college, and I was like, I wonder what it's like to live the normal college life.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I mean, yeah, it's like a lot of people. I mean, I think to put it into perspective for people that aren't MMA fans necessarily, I mean, they understand the Olympics that are going on right now, and you understand that those people devote their lives to their sports. I mean, it's the same thing for you guys in MMA. I mean, it's like you don't just show up and beat the crap out of somebody. I mean, you're athletes, and I mean, there's so much mental and studying, and then of course the obvious physical stuff that goes into it. I mean, it's a full-time job to get ready for one of these fights.
Yeah, people don't understand what goes into it. 2 months plus out of before the fight, we're really, really dedicated. We're kind of same thing I was saying about wrestling. We're eating healthy. There's no drinking alcohol, no making sure you get enough rest. Obviously training, 3-4 times a day. I'm probably in the gym 5 to 6 hours every day.
Wow.
Except Sundays, I got to have a day off. Just let your body repair. But that's going on for 8 to 12 weeks, hard.
Yeah, they ban alcohol and all that stuff, but they still let you guys do a little cocaine, right?
Yeah, every once in a while. So
yeah, you got to keep.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You got to let loose.
A little fun in there somewhere. Any chance? You talked about the wrestling and then moving on to the fighting and stuff. That's the same route Brock Lesnar took. Is there any chance you might go full Brock Lesnar route and be a fake WWE wrestler at some point in the future?
No, that's not my style. As an amateur wrestler, we didn't look down on it, but we just wasn't our thing. So.
Yeah.
Because we always got compared to it, so it kind of pissed us off a little bit. But no, I won't go that route.
You're going to stick with this. That's an interesting thing to think about is you as an MMA fighter. I'm sure you're doing all right now because you're so hot right now and you're winning and you're in these big fights. Financially, I'm sure you're doing okay. But long term, is there any way to sustain like an MMA career? Aside from a Chuck Liddell and somebody like that, a Tito Ortiz or Randy Couture, is there a way for you to make this your career, or after you're done, when you hit your peak at 30 or whatever age it is, it's so young, are you going to have to go and get like a normal job, or what's the plan?
You try to set yourself up now so you're good in the future. Be good with your money now. Don't just blow it all. We actually have a big 25,000 square foot gym that we own in Gilbert, Arizona, and basically Phoenix. So we got that going. It's been open about a year. I'm in different other businesses, and so when it ends, when I'm not having fun anymore, I'll look for something else to do. But I have a college degree and all that, and I don't see myself going and getting a regular job or anything like that. But we're setting stuff up right now. We're looking to franchise these gyms out. It's been really successful, and just getting into all different kinds of things.
Right on. How do you compete with those? That's what I've heard from a lot of UFC fighters we've talked to. The whole gym route, that's the route they take. How do you guys compete with somebody? Isn't Randy Couture running gyms down there? How do you guys compete with some of these household names that are running gyms?
He's in Vegas, so we definitely have one of the best gyms in the country for sure. Though, if you came down and checked it out, it's not only an MMA gym; it's a fitness gym too. So, we've been open up a year, and we have about 1,000 MMA members. And so, we're doing well. We have the whole cage, the mats, and all that, but we have a fully functional fitness facility also.
That's cool.
So it's different than your regular gym. Plus, we have 5 UFC fighters fighting out of there. Plus, however much more, so that draws a lot of attention, and we're starting to franchise them out a little bit with big names around the country like Grave Maynard and Luke Rockholder, looking at one in Santa Cruz to open one up, different ones in on the East Coast with Chris Weidman. So we're definitely doing it right.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like you got yourself a plan there. I always forget that you went to college too, so that makes sense. That you're not like a typical you hear about all these athletes, whether they're boxers or NFL guys or whatever, that blow through like $40 million and are just dead broke, and you're like, how do you not set aside at least a few $1 million just in case?
Yeah, exactly. Just in case.
I'm glad you've got it set there. What's your plan for Machida this Saturday night? Is it are you going to try to take him to the ground, or are you going to try to stay up? What's the strategy going into this fight?
I'm going to mix it up. You can't go in there against a guy like Machida with just a one-set mind. If I went in there just to take him down, that's not going to happen. He's too elusive. He moves too well. He counter strikes very well, so I have to mix up, my takedowns with my hands and my kicks to get him to respect each of it. So it sets the other one up. So if I go in there and he respects my hands, it's easier to take him down, and vice versa. If he has to respect my takedowns, he bites on feints and has to respect my takedowns. I can get him with some boxing. So
yeah,
a guy like him, you just have to really mix everything together. And the biggest thing, you had to see it in the gym beforehand, because you're going to be surprised if you just get in the octagon with him. So we had a great guy come down from Vegas that emulates him. So I've seen it thousands of times in the gym, so I'm ready to go.
That's cool, man. I can't wait for the big fight. And I always like to offer a little bit of advice, too. I would say I'm always big on getting, your name out there in the press and stuff. And I think a great way to move the Ryan Bader name outside of just UFC to become a household name, I'm just going to throw this out here. Final round of the fight, if it gets there, throw a little knife in the back of your drawers, walk out there and just shank Machida.
That'll be on the front page of Yahoo.
Exactly, yeah. The first time ever somebody's been stabbed in a UFC fight. Just a suggestion, Ryan. You don't have to take it, but best of luck this Saturday, UFC on Fox 4. We hope you take him down, and we hope you get a shot at the championship, because it's great talking to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you again before the championship when that comes around. Ryan Bader, everybody. Thanks again for joining us, Ryan. Have a good one.
You too. Appreciate it. Thank you.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.